Back in the biggest games, unless the opponent is Philadelphia, as it is this Sunday in Philly. Dak is 2-4 in playoff games. Dak has stunk in 3 straight games against those 49ers, the first 2, of course, in the playoffs. Yet, are you sitting down for this? Dak is 8-2 against the Eagles, completing 68% of his passes. Average of 272 yards passing a game, 19 touchdowns to 8 interceptions with 3 rushing touchdowns. Dak is definitely a top 10 quarterback against the Eagles, maybe, I don't know, top 7 or 8. Now here's the capper. Dak is 3-1 at Philadelphia. As uncomfortable as he always looks, at least to me, against the 49ers, he relaxes when he sees green. The Eagles are his comfort zone. I'm not exactly sure why, and I don't care why. I just know Dak's Philly phenomenon makes me a lot more comfortable about this Sunday. So, Richard, we'll start with you. You're leaning Eagles to win a close game. How much does Dak's success against the Eagles make you reconsider?
It doesn't, but Dak is good, really good against the Eagles, as you just said. You saw the stats, you see the numbers. Skip, you are wild. You can't support him sometimes and not support him other times.
No,
Skip,
I can't.
You gotta.
I just spat facts right at you. That's what's happened.
You spat facts, but you showed that's almost fair weathery.
No. Have we played the Eagles in the playoffs? No, we haven't. I wish we would. I just wish one time we'd get to face Philly in the playoffs. No, I'm not fair weathery.
Be in this man's corner or be against you. The man plays well against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's your division rival.
We are America's team. We are the Dallas freaking Cowboys. We have had Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman. We've even had Dandy Don Meredith. I'll take all of them because they're in a whole nother echelon from Dak Prescott. We deserve better than the way he has stunk in the biggest games, except against Philadelphia. It's just one of those weird phenomenon that at least gives us a chance in the regular season. Period. End of story.
Well, I saw him play well in the first round of the playoffs last year against Tampa Bay.
He did.
As well.
I give you one.
So, that, you can't pick and choose what you want to see.
And then what happened?
I still feel like
then what happened? Ugh.
And then he ran into a better team.
No, he did not. He threw 2 first-half picks, and they couldn't climb out of the hole. He probably missed. He went Jimmy G about 5 times in that game, missing open receivers.
Well, Skip, they're going against the Philadelphia Eagles, who've given up some yards. We just talked about the Washington Commanders and Sam Howell threw for 397 and 4 touchdowns against this defense. They're going to have to get some things together. Sean Desai is going to have to make some adjustments to make sure this doesn't happen. But again, he's not going to throw the ball a ton. All those wins are coming when Kellen Moore was the offensive coordinator. This is a different offense. He wants more balance. So you're going to see them run the ball half the time. They're going to pass the ball half the time. I don't know if they should this game, especially with what Sam Howell did. I don't know if balance is what you want in this game against the Philadelphia Eagles, because I don't know running into Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter is the best solution. But I think that's what McCarthy will do, because that's why they got rid of Kellen Moore, because he threw too much. So I don't see Mike McCarthy saying, yeah, let's throw it 35, 40 times this game, and let's throw for 400, Dak. He's going to say, let's throw it 20 to 25 times. Let's run it 25 times and see if we can win this game.
You know, Skip, to rattle off his lifetime record against the Philadelphia Eagles is really good. He's 8-2. He's 3-1 at home.
There.
3-1 at Philadelphia's
Philly,
place. They go to Philly this Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 o'clock Pacific. It'll be a big barn burner. It'll be a really good game.
I hope so.
Here's the problem, though. When you look at Dak Prescott's lifetime record above 500, teams that he has beaten above 500.
That's it.
Not so great, right?
Not so great.
And then you like to do a little bit of history, so I'm going to mess with you a little bit and go a little history. So 2017, the Philadelphia Eagles go on to win the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott's the starting quarterback in both of those performances, right? So in the first performance, 37-9 shellacking in the hands of the Philadelphia Eagles. Then in week 17, the Cowboys win 6-0 on a team that's resting.
They didn't play any.
All of their players.
All their players. I give you.
So when you're playing against the dominant Philadelphia Eagles, it's a little bit different. It's like last year's Eagle team. They didn't play Jalen Hurts at the end because they already clinched. he gets the W.
Well, so, he was just hurt, but it was Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
so
they had already clinched too,
okay.
And he was hurt, so why play him?
No.
So my whole point to this is, when he plays against inferior opponents, he struggles. Those Philadelphia teams that he was beating, not very good, so to speak. They were not very good. Now, when you start talking about championship-type teams, that's a different story. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that he plays well because I think he will play well. And the reason he will play well is because everybody's watching. They want to see, can you do something even close to what Sam Howell did?
Yep.
Can you show us that what you did against the Los Angeles Rams from an offensive output was not because it was the Rams?
Good point.
You could do it against anybody.
Yep.
So the eyeballs are going to be watching. Do I think they're going to win the game? No, I don't think they're going to win the game. I think Philadelphia's still going to win the game. I think Dak Prescott will play better. I think CeeDee Lamb will certainly show up. Now, whether or not they move him around like they did this past game against the Rams, that's something else to be seen. Because coaches, sometimes they get too cute. And rather than go with what works, they try to invent something that doesn't work. So it'll be interesting to watch what happens on Sunday when the Eagles take the field, that's for sure. But I think Dak Prescott will play well. I just don't think they'll win.
Okay, and I'm going to remind you, speaking of recent history, on that game, Christmas Eve of last year, again, I give you Jalen didn't play. It was Gardner Minshew, who's not bad, not bad. He had a big game against our defense. He really played very well. Dak played better. Yeah. Again, Jalen doesn't play safety, and you can say they were sort of resting psychologically. They weren't quite
You mentioned
into
safety. Yeah. Didn't they just go get a guy?
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
What's his name?
His name is Kevin Byard.
And he has how many lifetime interceptions against Dak?
Yes, 3. And yet he played against Sam Howell Sunday, and I don't know what happened, but as Richard just pointed out, Sam Howell threw for almost 404 touchdowns, and it pretty much went to the wire. It was a very close game. So the game on Christmas Eve, Dak threw for 347 against the Eagle defense that was intact. There's no Kevin Byard, but there was C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who was he's more of a ball hawk to me than even Kevin Byard is.
When your star quarterback ain't playing and you already clinched, you're just out there going through the motions.
The final score was 40-34. So Dak's offense hung 40 on that Philly defense that I keep telling you I'm not completely sold on. Now let me go back just a little quick, just a quick skip back through history, if you will. The first time I noticed Dak against Philadelphia came in the 2018 season when, if you remember this, Dallas played on Monday Night Football against the Tennessee Titans. They had just acquired Amari Cooper from the Raiders, and it was another Monday nightmare for. I am obviously not a big fan of Dak Prescott, except against the Eagles. I don't trust Dak in the biggest games unless the opponent is Philadelphia, as it is this Sunday in Philly. Dak is 2-4 in playoff games. Dak has stunk in 3 straight games against those 49ers, the first 2, of course, in the playoffs. Yet, are you sitting down for this? Dak is 8-2 against the Eagles, completing 68% of his passes. Average of 272 yards passing a game, 19 touchdowns to 8 interceptions with 3 rushing touchdowns. Dak is definitely a top 10 quarterback against the Eagles, maybe, I don't know, top 7 or 8. Now here's the capper. Dak is 3-1 at Philadelphia. As uncomfortable as he always looks, at least to me, against the 49ers, he relaxes when he sees green.